Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the sanctuary of storytelling, the only place where the heartbeat of the entertainment world is felt most arguably. Welcome to whatever you need. As the great wheel of time turned, bidding a weary farewell to 2025, and ushering in the pristine promise of 2026, the world stood in collective anticipation. Across the globe, fireworks painted the obsidian sky with streaks of neon rebellion, and millions of souls made resolutions they hoped to keep. However, amidst this global cacophony of celebration, a quiet, profound storm was brewing in the heart of the Turkish entertainment industry, a storm composed not of thunder, but of the whispering promise of eternity. While the masses counted down the seconds to midnight, one of Turkey's most enigmatic and beloved leading men, Gökberk Yıldırım, was counting on a single, life-altering question. We are, of course, discussing the breathtaking union of Gökberk Yıldırım and the ethereal Cemre Arda. In a gesture that has already been enshrined by critics and fans alike as the inaugural romance of the year, Gökberk chose the mystical threshold of the new year to drop to one knee and rewrite their destiny. It was an event cloaked in privacy, drenched in raw emotion, and one that has since set the corridors of gossip ablaze with delight. Today, here on Whatever You Need, we are not merely reporting news, we are taking you by the hand and guiding you inside that secret room. We will reconstruct the flicker of the candles, the trembling joy of the tears, the brilliance of the ring, and the months of clandestine planning that culminated in this perfect crescendo. But before we pull back the velvet curtain on this romance, I have a question for you, our cherished community. Do you believe that the way you start a year dictates how the rest of it will unfold? If you find solace in these deep, narrative dives into the lives of the stars you adore, please ensure you are subscribed to Whatever You Need. And for those of you who wish to become the backbone of our storytelling and access exclusive perks that bring you closer to the action, the join button is waiting for you just below this video. Your membership is the fuel that allows us to craft these beautiful narratives. Now, let us step together into the most romantic night of 2026. To truly understand the magnitude of this event, one must first appreciate the setting. It was a tableau constructed with the deliberate intention of intimacy, a stark and refreshing contrast to the cacophonous, flashbulb-infested galas that typically characterize celebrity New Year's celebrations. The industry is rife with parties where the champagne flows as freely as the gossip, yet Gökberk and Cemre chose a path of solitude and sincerity. Reports indicate that the couple opted to ring in the new year at a strictly private gathering, shielded from the prying eyes of the paparazzi, surrounded only by a phalanx of their most trusted confidants, a circle of protection that allowed them to be simply human, rather than icons. However, as the evening deepened and the winter air grew heavy with the anticipation of the midnight countdown, Gökberk Yıldırım was operating on a different internal frequency. His mind was not on the fireworks display or the turning of the calendar page, but on a different kind of countdown. Approximately 15 minutes before the clocks were destined to strike 12, he gently guided Cemre Arda away from the laughter of the festivities. He led her into a space that had been meticulously, almost obsessively, prepared for this singular moment. The atmosphere within this sanctuary was nothing short of cinematic poetry. We have learned from exclusive sources that the room was not lit by the harsh glare of electric lights, but was instead bathed in the soft, amber, flickering glow of countless candles, creating a realm where shadows danced and time seemed to suspend itself. The room was adorned with her favorite flowers, their scent mingling with the wax and the winter air, creating an olfactory memory that will likely stay with her forever. Scattered artfully around the space were small, deeply meaningful mementos, physical manifestations of a relationship that has traversed the difficult journey from professional camaraderie to profound love. It was a museum of their shared history, a testament to the quiet moments that the cameras never captured. It was here, in this chapel of memory and light, that Gökberk Yıldırım stripped away the armor of the actor and stood before her as a man completely vulnerable. Sources intimately close to the couple have described the scene, with a reverence usually reserved for film scripts. He looked into the eyes of Cemre Arda, eyes that have captivated millions on screen, and uttered a sentence that carried the weight of a lifetime. I want to spend this year, and every year that follows, walking beside you. The simplicity of the words belied the depth of the commitment. With that declaration hanging in the shimmering air, he presented the ring. A symbol of infinite continuity. Cemre Arda, usually so composed and poised, was reportedly completely blindsided by the magnitude of the gesture. The surprise was absolute. We are told that the shock initially registered as a breathless silence, a pause where the world stopped spinning, before giving way to a flood of happy tears. It was a scene of pure, unscripted vulnerability, a rare moment where reality exceeded the romance of the dramas they star in. Her answer was not immediate, only because emotion had stolen her voice, but when it came, it was a resounding, unequivocal yes. In that instant, as the world outside exploded in fireworks to mark 2026, two people in a quiet room created their own universe. This moment captures the very essence of why we follow these stories. It is the triumph of love in a cynical world. Before we delve into the meticulous planning that Gökberk undertook, I want to ask you, the whatever you need family. If you were in Gökberk's shoes, would you choose a private, intimate proposal like this, or would you prefer a grand, public declaration in front of the world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. We read every single one, as your perspectives shape our content. And a gentle reminder, if you are enjoying this detailed breakdown, please take a second to like this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm find other romantics like us. For those who want to support our team's research and writing, clicking that Join button gives you a special badge next to your name, and shows us that you value this level of quality. Your support is the heartbeat of whatever you need. What elevates this proposal from a mere romantic gesture to a masterclass in devotion is the architectural planning that underpinned it. The gossip columns and industry insiders are currently buzzing with reports that this was far from a spur-of-the-moment impulse born of holiday champagne. Gökberk Yıldırım had been orchestrating this operation for months, moving with the precision of a diamond cutter and the stealth of a secret agent. He was reportedly meticulous in the selection of the ring, understanding that it had to be more than just a piece of jewelry. It had to be a mirror of Cemre's elegant, understated, yet radiant taste. To ensure absolute perfection, he went so far as to secretly consult her closest friends, gathering intelligence to ensure that every facet of the ring would resonate with her soul. But Gökberk did not stop at mere aesthetics. In a move that speaks volumes about his character, his respect for tradition, and his adherence to deep-seated family values, it is claimed that he took the significant step of contacting Cemre Arda's family. Whether he sought their blessing beforehand or shared the news immediately after, this adherence to protocol highlights a maturity that is often missing in modern celebrity romances. It signals a desire to unite not just two hearts, but two lineages. This was not a fleeting engagement for the sake of headlines, it was a bid for a union built on the bedrock of respect and long-term commitment. Both families are said to be overwhelmingly supportive, with the elders already engaging in enthusiastic discussions regarding the wedding preparations. This careful, respectful preparation is interpreted by insiders as the ultimate indication of the strength of their bond. A bond that compelled Cemre to accept his hand without a microsecond of hesitation. Once the private promise had been sealed with a kiss and a ring, the joy could no longer be contained within the walls of that candlelit sanctuary. The couple re-emerged into the wider gathering, where close friends, who had likely been waiting in the wings, holding their breath in anticipation, erupted into a spontaneous ovation. The cheers and applause that greeted them were louder than any award show accolade. The remainder of the evening transformed instantaneously into an intimate, impromptu engagement party. The atmosphere shifted from anticipation to jubilation. There was music that seemed to sound sweeter, conversations that ran deeper, and a flurry of memorable photographs taken to capture the undeniable glow of the newly betrothed. Cemre Arda was reportedly radiant, a beacon of light in the room, showing off her ring with a joy that was infectious and uninhibited. By her side, Gökberk remained a steadfast anchor, his demeanor one of proud, quiet contentment, the look of a man who has secured his most precious victory. Those privileged enough to be present described the energy in the room as contagious. It was one of those rare nights where happiness felt tangible, a substance you could almost touch. This relationship, which began its journey quietly on the chaotic sets of film production and matured away from the relentless, prying eyes of the tabloids, has always been defined by a sense of balance and calm. Their decision to marry is being viewed by the veteran press not as a shock, but as a long-awaited, yet remarkably timely, step. They have achieved the rare and difficult feat of being a power couple who successfully protects their peace. Naturally, as soon as the whispers turned into confirmed rumors, the question on everyone's lips became singular: when is the wedding? According to the murmurs circulating through the corridors of the industry, the couple is in no rush to race down the aisle. Gökberk and Cemre are both currently at the zenith of their respective careers, with grueling filming schedules and new projects looming on the horizon. They reportedly plan to savor this engagement period, viewing it not just as a waiting room for marriage, but as a precious opportunity to deepen their connection and clarify their shared vision of the future without the immediate, crushing pressure of wedding logistics. However, the grapevine is never silent, and whispers of a summer wedding are already drifting through the air like pollen. It is rumored that they are envisioning a simple, intimate, yet undeniably elegant ceremony for the summer months of 2026. This potential timeline mirrors the privacy and elegance that has characterized their entire relationship. They are dreaming of a celebration where the guest list is curated by love, not by obligation. For now, they prefer to share this happy news only with their closest circle, deliberately delaying the official social media announcement until they feel ready to face the inevitable, tidal wave of public attention and adoration. Despite the lack of an official Instagram post or a press release, in the digital age, news travels faster than light. Social media platforms are already flooded with a tsunami of support. The hashtags associated with their names are trending, filled with comments like "Congratulations, the most romantic news of the year," and "They look destined for each other." Fans are already counting down the days, hours, and minutes until the couple makes their first public appearance wearing the rings, perhaps at an upcoming gala, a premiere, or a charity event. This proposal has set an incredibly high bar for romance in 2026. It is a story that flawlessly combines the glamour of celebrity status with the intimacy of true, unvarnished love. Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda are not just starting a new year, they are embarking on the construction of a new life together. It is a narrative that reminds us that behind the characters they play, there are real hearts beating with real hope. As we await the official photographs and the inevitable, heart-melting, "I said yes" caption that will surely break the internet, one thing remains absolutely certain: this love story is destined to be one of the most talked about narratives of the entire year. It is a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of patience and timing. We, here at the studio, will be right here to cover every update, every detail of the ring design, and every step they take toward the altar. Thank you for joining us to celebrate this moment of pure joy on whatever you need. If this story warmed your heart, please leave a like. And tell us in the comments, do you think a summer wedding suits them, or should they opt for a winter wonderland ceremony to match their engagement? And please consider clicking the join button to become a verified member of our family. Your support allows us to tell these love stories with the care, depth, and respect they deserve. Until next time, keep believing in the magic of new beginnings. Goodbye.